Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back. For years after World War II, the fate of the Marine Corps was uncertain.
But that changed in part due to a unique testing unit. KSN's Hannah Adamson and photojournalist Nick Kiefer speak with a Kansan who served in it in this week's Veteran Salute.
Norman Tatum joined the Marines in 1955 when he was 18 years old. Little did he know he would soon become part of a project that would prove crucial years later during Vietnam.
This is a picture here of me directing a helicopter how to come in.
As part of Marine Corps Test Unit Number 1, quite literally the first of its kind.
That was something that none of the services were doing at that time.
Norman Tatum would help train helicopter pilots for combat scenarios.
They were testing the use of helicopters from a carrier to landings. The idea was to get troops in behind the enemy lines as quick as they could.
Oftentimes Tatum taking to the air, helping pilots take off and land from uneven ground to aircraft carriers.
They would even have a stopwatch, finding out how long it took us to get in or how long to get out. These old helicopters, you had to rev them up to get the motors up. And as they did that, the helicopter would walk toward the edge of the ship. And it was kind of scary to know whether it was going to take off or go over the edge of the ship.
Tatum's unit also tasked with redesigning and upgrading former World War II aircraft carriers.
Mainly it was tactics of them modifying the ship, and then also seeing how fast the helicopters could get troops in and get them off the ship.
As in 0411, Tatum was also in charge of all classified materials on the project, making their way in and out of his base, Camp Pendleton.
At night, I would check the war room to make sure the officers had not left any classified material out on the top of their desk, and then I'd lock the vaults.
The secretive project coming amid pushback from some military officials and members of Congress to dissolve the Corps.
The Marine Corps did not get a big budget of money to do the operations like they wanted to. So it was a continual fight to keep the Marine Corps existing, in fact.
But the unit's work would provide the tactical framework needed for helicopter pilots during Vietnam.
I realized how important it was, and it was exciting to know that I was, in one of the units that was developing those first units of helicopters.
Tatum's unit was disbanded in 1957 after an installation on the East Coast took over further development. Here for you, Hannah Adamson, KSN News 3.
On behalf of Devon James Injury Lawyers, we're honored to recognize this week's veteran, Sergeant Norm Tatum, who served our country in the Marines. Sergeant Tatum, thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Veteran Salute is sponsored by the Devon James Injury Lawyers.